Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to NFT ART TALK. Welcome back, I should say, where we are live daily, Monday through Friday, hanging out, finding new ways to experience the NFT art scene, and talking about the art and artists that inspire us. We like to dive into art, music, fashion, culture, sometimes some news. We're all over the place in these lights. Mostly, we are here to build a community of acceptance and celebration, where we come together and talk about things that inspire us to be better, to create more, to experience new creations, whatever it may be. Everyone's welcome, and we're excited because it's Friday. And this means, what does Friday mean for us? It means we're in the jam room on NFT Art Talk. We host a jam room on Thursday nights. Now it's our jam room. That's the jam room for everyone else. Now we're in the jam room for me and Karthik. We're going to play you guys some of the new stuff that we have out or have released really over the last 2 weeks. Some new NFTs, some new tracks if you haven't heard them yet, or some new tracks because nobody's heard them yet. It's going to be a really fun and exciting day here out on the show, and we're so glad that you're here to experience it with us. If you haven't met us yet before, my name is Moshe, aka DJ Fetus, and this is my homie Karthik NFT in all the places. What's good, man? How's your Friday going, dude?
Man, it's going good, dude. I've been real busy actually. I was talking to you, talking to a couple people on the phone, and then we were up late last night in our spaces playing some music. Shout out to all the people that came out there. But yeah, man, just fucking kicking it and trying to enjoy the Friday, man. Got the jam room. Excited to see some of your new material.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, man, this is what's going down.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we've kind of been talking about it all week as we're, hey guys, bear with us. If you haven't met us yet, we're doing it all. We're tweeting the room out, inviting some people in, or sorry, the video out, getting some people in if you see us looking off. But yeah, man, I know you and I have been vibing hardcore this week on all the new stuff we want to do, which we're hoping to even start jumping into some of that next week. You're going to start seeing this show that you're watching now really focused on the art and the music, fashion culture, the stuff that's inspiring us. We're going to bring in some interviews. I know we're bringing in Neo One of One, also has an amazing project, Wavy Punks. He's going to come in next week and talk about his art with us. We're still going to be hosting the space on Thursday. We might change that format around a little. We're figuring that out. We have so much fun stuff. We're going to start doing hot topic news drops, just videos about the news and the hot topics, try to get you guys a little bit of alpha from our perspective. We're really excited and we're thinking about it and we're building. So if you're watching this now, hit us up in the chat. Later, hit us up in the comment. Let us know what you want to see on the show. Shoot us some artists that inspire you, or if you're an artist, hit us up. Like we said, you can leave us a comment. You can find us on Twitter. We have basically all the links for us are really down below in the description. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube watching the show, if you're on Twitter or Twitch, come on over and hang out with us. It's just we're the only NFT art talk right now on YouTube. I'm glad I can say that. I hope that stays that way, but you never know. When you're doing something fun, people come in. But anyways, we're excited. Like Karthik was saying, we're doing a lot of stuff off air to just make sure we're bringing you guys the best content and the best experience that we can each day, not just on Fridays where we get to jam and talk about some of our stuff. But yeah, man, do you have a big weekend plan? You got anything exciting going on? You gonna go see any shows or anything? I know you're always repping hard in Austin, so.
Got a couple friends in town. Actually, they're working the George Strait show tonight, so I
Oh,
don't know if I'm gonna.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go to it, but yeah, I'm just kicking it. I'll probably kick it with them afterwards, and then just thinking about maybe going back to San Antonio to see my parents, maybe on Sunday or something like that. But yeah, man, I always love the weekend, man. Even though I feel like we're working every day, just the weekend has a little more chill vibe. I think people are kind of a little bit more running around, but. Yeah, man. I know my brother's group that he manages, Black Black. I think they're playing next week, so that's a bigger show I'm looking forward to, man. But yeah, man,
Nice.
other than that, I'll just be chilling.
Is that in Austin or?
Yeah, it's in Austin. I want to say it's a new place that I haven't been to. I'm gonna find the details about that next week. I'll definitely talk about it on here. And,
Nice.
hopefully get Blacklight kind of in the Web3 environment soon.
I know, man. I was just thinking, like maybe they'll show up to on the show or in one of these spaces and just come experience with us. I know we're having a great time in here. You know, we encourage all the artists out there to come on in and hang out. Like, no pressure. Do your thing. All genres welcome. All people, all styles, all art. You know, this is a really interesting space that Karthik and I are experiencing a lot of acceptance, and it really inspired us to contribute as much as we possibly can to the space. That's why we're here every day. And so we invite you all, if you want to come on here and talk about your art, please hit us up, like we say all the time. And also, we really appreciate your support. So before we dive into our art, if you could take 1 second while you're with us, go down. If you're on YouTube, click that like button, click that subscribe button, push the notification so you know when we're live. If you're joining us on Twitter, Twitch, or any of the other channels we're streaming to, please shoot us a follow. You can do notifications. Even better, if you're on Twitter, shoot us a DM and let us know what you're thinking about here. We're really excited to be here, and we're really trying to grow this platform with you guys. So don't be shy. Yeah, man, you got anything else you want to start us out with, or should we just dive in? I'm really excited about today's episode.
I got some new NFTs that I made last couple of weeks. Yeah, because I think we took off last week, so this is the jam room for this week. Is that correct?
Yeah. I dropped a new collection in the wee hours of the morning this morning. I guess if you're not US based, if you're in Australia, it was like nighttime, your time. So I'm excited to show you guys some new NFTs in the High 18 project. And I know Karthik's got some stuff going on. Karthik, I thought we could go one for one. If it's cool, I'll kick it off, and then you can do, and then I can go, and then we can just go back and forth as we're continuing to tell. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and dive in. Yes, so I'm really excited to drop the next 4 Web3 only songs in the High 18 project. I am loving this project. It's got me creating so much. I know I've mentioned on the show a few times, and just in general, artists like Karthik and our buddy Mofos have really inspired me to be creating something every day. So there's 4 songs I've been working on over the last few weeks, and then 18 original video artwork pieces attached to it. So each one of those 4 songs has an NFT. One of them only has 1 NFT. One of the songs has 5 NFTs, and the other 2 have 6. So that's kind of how like the rarity across it goes. And again, these are songs that I only releasing right now on OpenSea. I think I'm gonna have some stuff on Tez next week, Tezos. But for now, this is the way we're rocking it. And yeah, man. I mean, I thought I'd just quickly, since there's like a bunch of new stuff in here, I thought I would just quickly scan over it. Just in case anybody's interested in it. We even in this episode, we'll remind you guys, all the links are in the description below. So if you see something on our screen up here, you can engage with it down below. But yeah, man, I thought I kind of picked out a couple of my favorites for the show today. So I thought I would just show my favorite, and then we could talk about your piece.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah,
I'm getting a preview right now.
Yeah, man, I know. I posted it so late last night. I kind of did it stealth mode. I don't even think I really showed you a lot of these before. I know you've heard most of the songs by now, but yeah. So this is. Let me turn off our kind of house music here real quick. This piece is called Heavenly. It's a song that was really inspired by a lot of the people that I've met in the Web3 space and been hanging out with in this space. Here, I'll play it with the music for you guys, and then we can talk about it a little bit.
Tight, man.
Let me stop it. Sorry.
Cool, bro. I like so it looks like it's with the hands like coming together, right? And you got kind of got like a color hue effect on it that's bringing out characteristics of like red, green, blue somewhat. And you have a glitch effect over it. So sounds pretty tight. That was a song you played last night too in our space, correctly, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was tripping out on this image, man, because like when you look at it still, like if you don't focus on the hands and you kind of unfocus your eyes a little
Mhm.
bit, it kind of looks like a moth almost. Like this is kind of like the head and like the eyes, and then it's got like a wing thing going on. Um, and like I don't know, and I was like I wanted to show the hands more, so I like kind of it looked a lot like the moth when I
Mm.
first started it, but then I like started kind of tweaking it because I really like the hands coming together. And like I said, it fits for me because the song was really inspired by like a lot of the people who have come together to support us and to be around us. And so I just thought like yeah, that was kind of how this whole thing came together. And it's a 600 by 450 size. And yeah, it kind of has some of this stuff I was mentioning before, like the rarity built into it. And this is the starting at price for my collection. So, I try to make it really affordable. And when you buy the NFT, it unlocks the full MP3, and these songs have like multiple movements, right? I just picked my favorite part of it for the NFT. And then, so it's kind of like a surprise when you get the whole song, you're going to hear like different pieces of the song and different, movements in that experience of like chilling and collaborating with others. And then also I give you the MP3 version of the NFT. So just in case you want to like repurpose the 30-second track, you have that too. And all of it comes with a license, with a short license on it. But the gist of this license, you can read it yourself. But it's basically just saying that like I'm not necessarily tethered to you or anybody you sell it to. And if you want to use it for like a more commercial license, we just need to talk first. But I'm still down to offer commercial licenses. I just want to talk to you first. And that's what I love about this space. You can interact with your collectors in that way, and it's very friendly. So, um,
That's
yeah,
cool, man.
yeah, that's my first one. You want to keep on
Yeah, let's look
moving?
at the second one, man.
Yeah,
Or
let's
any of
do
the
it.
ones you have.
No,
Oh,
I
okay,
want to.
cool.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go back and forth. Usually we
Okay.
just like
All
do
right.
one, but let's go back and forth, man. Let's spice it up a little today.
Yeah,
Uh,
so yeah, you want to play this one with the
yeah.
music? We'll listen to it one time through. Ooh, man. Yeah, bro. This is like made this is my most current piece actually. It has an old track that I made on it. This is when I was like releasing my own solo stuff in like 2017, 18. It's probably like one of the first 10 tracks I wrote like that. It's called Memory Field, but I call this one Hands of Fate. So it's kind of like a prayer kind of happening, and you have two bodies or souls like falling down. But it's just kind of personifying, man. Like I'm very spiritual in a sense, man. So I always think like there's things watching over us and like taking care of us. So just trying to personify that in this kind of piece, saying that we have good thoughts, positively, and praying and just putting good thoughts out there for other people. Man, everything's going to be all right. But I like it because you kind of see the flower growing out of it, kind of the hand in the background, and then a lot of Buddhist kind of philosophy. They talk about the lotus flower, and it's the interpretation of like coming from like a muddy water, but it still grows beautiful into a flower. So just kind of personifying like, hey man, we're all gonna go through crazy stuff in life, but if we keep that faith and we keep that promise to each other, everything's gonna be taken care of. So that's why I kind of like this piece, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love the layering you're doing. I was really noticing that in these tracks, or in these new NFTs. Like you said, like you have like the flowers, but then like the way that like the hands, like there's just so much inside of those hands happening, and I think it's really cool. You know,
Yeah, man.
I always
I like to use collage work inside of the bodies or inside the hands, man, to kind of personify, like, it doesn't matter what you really look like, right? I always say all of us are made of stars and stardust and things like that. But that's why I like to do that. It's not black or white or Asian or anything like that. It's just more like that's the soul, right? That's the essence. So that's why I like all these layers. You could always identify it by just who you are. It's not really like, oh, I'm this race or I believe this and that. And that's why I really like the layers and the collage art, man. It's trying to connect all people.
Yeah, yeah, man, I appreciate that. You know, I don't think I've heard you really dive into that too much about the collage stuff. So
Yeah.
that's a little added oomph. Um, you
Yeah, man,
know,
because I
and
think we're all one humanity, one people, one culture, one collection. So we should vibe on the vibes of people, not like, what they materially look like. I don't know. That's just being raised in kind of Eastern family, always being preached that. But I love to personify that in the artwork.
yeah, and you know, if you're new to the show, or if you're just meeting Karthik for the first time, you know, I know this is one a piece of, you know, what, I think you have 300 of them now, or you're
Yeah, I
going
got
to have 300 in the
close
Genesis
to
collection.
close to 300 now, man. So I just make these every day, man, or every other day, and just try to yeah, man, just put it out there, man, because I don't think like I should be just holding on to this stuff for myself.
Yeah, well, it's really tight, man. And I know we got more of your stuff and more of my stuff, so let's keep it going. If what's up, Fab? I see you out there. What is good, dude? Thanks so much for hanging out with us on this Friday. We're talking about new stuff, and we're out here. We're out here doing it. So this is another one in the new 18 that I dropped earlier this morning. I kind of picked this one because I think Karthik might like. I thought Karthik might like it. Kind of the NFT itself reminded me of Karthik, but the track is called Metropolis. I'm gonna play it and then we can talk about it a little.
That's tight, man. I like the layering of all the panels actually, and it looks like it's like kind of it looks like a spiral, but it kind of resembles an eye to me as well. And then you have like the machine coding in the background, bro, like Matrix style. So I really like that. I really like the panel shifting, actually, man. The layers of the panels.
Yeah, I really thank you. Yeah, it reminded me of the Eye of the Storm. That was like an old song. That was like one of the first songs Karthik and I wrote together. Like that's what I'm saying. This NFT just reminded me of you. And plus, you liked the track when I played it last night live to everybody for the first time. So I was like, all right, cool. So like the track itself, I started it on this trip to Phoenix. I was actually going to work a George Strait show. It's funny you said George Strait earlier. So I used to work with him. And it was really close to my 30th birthday when I started this track. And then it's just been evolving over the time. And then it became Metropolis literally yesterday. Because as Karthik was saying, like, we are trying to encapsulate what we're feeling now in this world into our art. So like I just finished up the track I think yesterday, and like my wife was like, "You should call it Metropolis. Feels like a city beat." But yeah, it's kind of like a hip hop vibe. It's got the West Coast synths and some strings on it. Again, like the NFT is just my favorite snippet. All of these songs have like multiple movements and go through a bunch of really awesome stuff. So I highly encourage you to either catch me when I'm spinning the track or buy the NFT. And thanks so much, R. Carter. Appreciate you. Yeah, you know, if you like it, all the links are in the description below. You know, we're looking for new people to hang out with us at all times. So thanks so much for joining us here. And yeah, Karthik, I'm gonna let you you go ahead and keep this art flow going.
Let's do this, man. Yeah, bro. So the next one that I kind of made, uh,
You want to watch
probably
it
like
first? You want to keep
3 or
that
4.
though?
Yeah. Let's watch it.
All right. Oh yeah, bro. Love this song.
Oh man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want to listen
So
to Reina again.
everybody likes my Latin flavor, dude. I feel like I need to come out with a new Latin album, man. But yeah, so this is an interesting one, man. I normally go to yoga class every day. There was a Latin yoga teacher in there. I loved her. She was just talking about the suffering philosophy of like a lot of Eastern culture just talks about how we have attachments, we have suffering in this world, and we're trying to get rid of that suffering, right? And so I kind of labeled that on the top, like free all beings from suffering. And it's actually interesting. Like last week, I think we were doing a review of an artist, and they kind of had this like quadrant, this 4 quadrant piece that they were doing, where it was more like in 40 Cinema Blender. But I just took that concept really. When I was in that yoga class, they had music playing, they had a person meditating, you had the chakras kind of on the top left side, right? And then the lady was actually talking about the yin and yang, so I put that in the right upper quadrant, right? And then I have kind of like the stardust in the background with the energies kind of enveloping the person. So it's kind of more like a collage piece, kind of dedicated to that teacher somewhat, and at the same time, just dedicated to all the people in the class and just kind of like what I see internally, man. A lot of times when I go to these classes, man, I get these visions of just what's happening, and I just try to kind of formulate it into like a cool music video, honestly. And her being a Latin teacher, I just wanted to put the Latin music on there as well. So appreciate you showing that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love this song. Not even gonna lie, Rubia. Sorry, I called it Reina. I don't
Yeah,
know why, but yeah, I mean, it's on a bunch of my playlists. We always play it on the show. I'm glad that we finally found. I'm glad it's finally found its NFT way here. Um, and you know, again, like the layering that you're doing inside of these 3D models is just. I think it's so tight. I know everything you do always has a meaning, but like just the way you're like adding those images into that face and like yeah, like you said, like the stardust with the color flares coming out of like the energy from that we all protrude is relatable and beautiful. I can't wait to see. Like, it's just fun watching you like get better and better at what you're doing.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at like telling stories through this video art, basically, man. And I feel like my next pieces are going to be try to be like more story esque, right? So people can kind of like check it out. It's like telling a story. So as that happens, I go more in depth with these collages, basically, man. And yeah, I use a lot of Power Director on my Android, Motion Ninja, and then I use some Blender, and then I use some Unity actually to create all these and green screening effects between them too. I know Art Carter was kind of asking about that, but yeah. But I've been creating videos the last 15 years, so it's just kind of an amalgamation of doing that and then finally getting this level where I can have these visions and just really make it real quick.
Yeah, and dude, just hit us up on Twitter. You don't have to worry about DMing us on YouTube. I don't know if you can. You probably email us, but if you look at the description down below here, like if you're with us on YouTube, which I think you are, you can just look at the description. Our Twitters are literally the first thing in there. Just hit us up on there. We're always there too. We'd love to connect with you. And you know what, Karthik, why don't we both just put our Twitter handles in the chat for anybody that wants to chat with us there. I'll let you do that. All right, and because we would love to share with you how we do anything we do. I know Karthik said he mentioned a couple of his programs. I'm using like a lot of different stuff. Canva for graphic design, this thing on my phone for Motion Ninja for the video editing and some of the effects. And then a couple of other like editing programs just to like add the music and do stuff like that. But and then writing music on Logic and GarageBand and with instruments and stuff. So, and we're happy to collaborate. You know what I mean? Um, so like if we ever need to do that, let's do that. And yeah, let's connect, man. I love the enthusiasm. All right, well, I'm going to end out today's show. This is really fun. On the one of one in the collection. I'll play the music just because that's what we're doing. Whoops. Yeah, so this is the one of one. The track is called The Traveler. I kind of wrote this with a friend of ours that we're quickly becoming friends with. It started as we were just both creating side by side in the metaverse, and then it turned into a song in this NFT. Yeah, I mean, again, it's the track is long and longer and it's so diverse. I encourage you to buy this NFT so you can hear the track, and you'll be the only one that has this song besides me. So I think that's a really cool experience that I've been trying to offer through this. In my first drop, somebody like almost immediately snatched up the one of one. It's something I put a bunch of time into. I really worked on this track a lot. It has like some new instruments, like a stand-up bass and a banjo, and it has more of like a brush vibe on the drums. Like it's a little bit chill. I try to bring like a different vibe with each NFT, like each song in these drops. But this particular one was, I just like the color. In the same way that Karthik was mentioning, I like bringing a lot of color into my NFTs to kind of symbolize inclusiveness. And then I really like the psychedelic vibe too. But the track it was just, I really like it because I thought of it as my opportunity to go into like a new dimension and like kind of challenge myself with like a newer style. And I hope when people hear the track, they get the same vibe and get inspired to do new things also. But yeah, I didn't know if you had any questions, Karthik, or...
Yeah, I like the rainbow effect. And then what is that in the middle, actually, that you have in there? I see the flowers and stuff like that and the grass and things.
Yeah, it's kind of left to your interpretation what that is.
Okay.
I mean, to create this, like the very first thing I did when I created this is I found this really dope piece that was like a kind of like, I think it was either an old photo I took or just a photo I liked of kind of like a canyon. And then I started throwing effects on it, like things that, and I like mirrored it. When I like mirrored it, it like created this totem or whatever it is in the middle. Yeah, it does. I thought it kind of looked like a monk also. I also kind of thought it looked like a dragon or like, it just any like kind of symbolic totem in there. But I really wanted this NFT to be outdoors because our friend Cece, I know we highlighted her on the show earlier in the week. I was collaborating with her and she's a very nature oriented design artist. Like she does like flowers and all this awesome, we showed it, go back and look a couple days ago. But she so I wanted the NFT to be some sort of natural outdoor vibe. And again, like I did the color waves because I believe that like there's an energy in the world that we put out and contribute to, but also just lives there and it's there for us to tap into,
What's interesting, man? When he said it was a monk, they have these, you can look this up online, but they say some of these monks that reach an enlightenment, they reach like a rainbow body. So the rainbow is kind of reminiscent of that, but they also say the body shrinks. Like to like a small format and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of tripped out. He said that. It kind of reminds me of that now.
Yeah, I just love it when you get to put art out and people get to like experience it for themselves.
Yeah.
And I always want, I don't always love telling people like where I came from. outside of like the vague, like this is my vibe. Because like I want you to experience it. Like I know when we were in the band,
Right.
we loved it when people were like, "Yo, you sound just like this band," and it'd be like, "I never heard of that band." So immediately I'd be like, "Is that like what do you think of that band? Like, do you like that band?" And they're like, "Oh, it's one of my favorite bands." And then it's like, and you're like, "Oh, awesome! Well, great. If it's like one of your favorite bands, and I'm really glad that you know like because like art is there for you to experience, you know,
Right.
and that's our vibe and." Yeah, man. This has been awesome. Oh, Temple and Garden.
Yeah, in
Temple and
Japan.
Garden. Our Carter throwing it down. Um, yeah, it does remind me of the Temple and the Garden. And I go to a lot of like Asian gardens, like around the town I live in, because I love ferns and some of the stuff that are featured in those gardens a lot. So that's really awesome. You know, another quick shout out from R Carter here. Any links to support one of our NFTs? Absolutely, man. Absolutely, Karthik. If you have the link nearby for one of yours, you can throw it in the chat.
I dropped my Koji link and stuff like that, so you go check that out. I'll drop a OpenSea link too, man. But my Koji link has like all the stuff on there. So
Yeah, sorry, I just closed down all these links over here. But also, I'll add to that too. On our show, anytime you're tuning in, anything that you've seen in this show will be in the links in the description on YouTube. So if you're here and you see an artist you like, because we're featuring artists every day, we want to make sure that it's easy to find that. So basically, you can just, if you're in YouTube, just go down to like the description. You might have to click show more, and then you'll see all the links for that we shared today. And you're more than welcome to go in there. We really appreciate your support. I can't say that enough. Everyone, Fab, thanks for coming. Everyone, anybody else that tuned in but didn't want to get in the chat, totally fine. And you know, yeah, buddy, out here getting offers on the show. That's what I'm talking about, bro. We appreciate your support. And also we appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We really do. We have a lot of fun on these days. They are just a chance for us to show what we're doing. But please tune in any day, Monday through Friday. Usually in this block, we're showing other people's art. So if you have a project and you want to come on here, we also do interviews where the whole show is just one person's art. But we're happy to feature artists. We're looking for inspiration all the time, and we're inspired by people doing their thing alone. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what the art looks like. We hope everyone... I know we went a little longer, but this has been really fun, and we always love getting the interaction in the chat so we can, talk to you guys while we're up here talking. Again, we really appreciate your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe, click the notification. If you're watching us on Twitter or Twitch, please give us a follow and some notification bells there. Like we said, next week we're going to be dropping all sorts of new content, new styles, new stuff. We appreciate you guys. Please have a wonderful weekend. Take some time for yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to take a moment for yourself and create. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and I always like Friday. Friday's probably one of my favorite days of the whole week. So spreading that Friday love to everybody. Make sure y'all have a good time, and enjoy the weekend. We love coming to y'all from the Jam Room, and just appreciate everybody's support and appreciate Bab being here, our Carter being in here. It means so much for y'all to interact with us during this time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I will also say another great part of my week just before I'm over is I finally got my custom Fab Android up with like all the stickers on it. I don't even know if I told you about that yet, Karthik, but like I was telling Fab about how we used to like just put up mad stickers everywhere. And it's like we were like 100% into that culture. And he's like, oh, let's do it on the Droid. And so like the Droid has its like Karthik and Mofos and
I saw that.
Rage and like the stuff that inspires both Fab and I, and I'm really excited to be in that community with those guys doing what they're doing. But anyways, enough. I think we gotta cut her off, but it's been so great hanging with you guys. We'll see you next time. And again, Monday through Friday around 1 p.m. Central Time, you're always going to get one of these. So we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon.